What's cracking, trainers? XehrFelrose here, bringing you some Pokemon GO Battle League content. Today's video, we got another Shoutcast here in the Great League of a newly buffed Pokemon coming to us from CD/. Thank you, trainer, for sending in some footage of your shiny flex of a Dodrio. This thing got Peck. Its Drill Peck was also buffed. Dodrio is a very competent flyer in the Great League. However, it is like, Pidgeot and some other flyers, and it does nothing but flying type damage. So to back it up, we've got a Shadow Quagsire in the back with that Community Day Legacy, Aqua Tail, and the Stone Edge coverage move. And we're going full offense with this team. We got a Shadow Annihilate with the Ice Punch in the back. Trainers, let's get into the first game here. I want to see this Dodrio in action. This is one of those things that, like, I've seen it, and I've wanted to do something with it, and then we see a Bastion on lead, and that's just not great. Now the opponent's going to bring in a Tropius. That's a pretty bad thing for us to see here, but the opponent has to respect the Ice Punches. Dodrio also going to do pretty okay here. The opponent just says, nah, that is definitely, bro, yes, this is Razor Leaf Tropius. That means that this Grasshole team that we're going to be seeing here, we got a flip switch advantage. We get, yes, Whiscash. No, it's not a Grasshole team, excuse me. That is a Whiscash in the back, and we're going to be seeing this Annihilate try to do as much counter damage as humanly possible to the Whiscash. The Quagsire is the only thing that we need at this point to be able to beat the Bastiodon, whereas Dodrio's just like, hey, my other two heads are my pom-poms. We're doing a little dance for you. Cheers. Thanks for the victory. But Quaggy Boy's got it from here. Dodrio's probably going to come in, though, just to make short work of the opponent's Whiscash, trying to get rid of this thing, so Quagsire doesn't have to deal with it. The less things after Bastiodon that Quagsire has to deal with, the better. So now you're going to see the Quagsire swap in, taking its debut on the field in this first game against the Bastiodon, looking to end this match really quick, with the opponent go for the Flamethrower because they don't have anything they can really do here. Quagsire just goes for as much energy as it wants to, farming up to 100 energy, just shy of almost 3 Aqua Tails here. Aqua Tail number 1 is going to go ahead and take out the Bastion. The opponent's going to need to be able to throw 2-3 moves at this point. They need quite a lot more of the energy than they have, let's say, and they know it, and they're going to go ahead and let that go. Good game, well played. All right, getting into the next battle here. We got Dodrio, shiny 3-head flex against Giratina. Okay, as a normal flying type, this is actually really good. Now, the thing is that Dodrio is not the bulkiest bird in the house. It's got okay-ish bulk, but I definitely would not expect it to hold its own against one of these Dragon Claw reworked Giratinas. That would do a lot of damage, I think. But the nice thing here is that the opponent would be on Shadow Claw, and they have to come in with a Marowak. Now this Dodrio is looking to go for the Brave Bird. Does the opponent respect the damage, or are they just going to shield up a Drill Peck? The opponent goes for the shield. Oh, and the Brave Bird's in shambles, trying to go for one and then the catch onto the Annihilate, try to grab that Rock Slide. The opponent goes for the Bone Club, though, and now Annihilate is behind on energy. Gonna have to probably just let itself go down. Dodrio is going to do just fine here, though, as it can double resist these Mud Slaps and get some Pecks in before eventually possibly throwing a move and then letting Quagsire try to sweep the game here. Dodrio is going to come in here, going to go for a little bit more energy, very nicely going for the 4 Pecks, and then going for the charge move here. Drill Peck going to take out the Marowak. The opponent has a Scizor in the back. We get there. We get to the Drill Peck. This will force a shield off the Scizor, or it's going to take a lot of damage. And now Quagsire gets to come in, just needs to land the Aqua Tail. Does the opponent are they gonna go for the Trailblaze? Are they gonna bait? Let's see, let's find out. They're gonna go for the full send. The Trailblaze, respect it. The opponent does not catch this move, and instead is going to unfortunately have to suffer the loss of their Scizor, as that Aqua Tail is gonna knock out, and the Giratina should not be able to get to another Dragon Claw in time, because it just threw and swapped out. So Quagsire gets the Aqua Tail to put an end to the Giratina, and that's gonna be a good game. Well played. Y'all notice the strange hue on the Gen 1 and 2 greens? They're just like almost sickeningly so, but it's so mesmerizing. We got another matchup here in the lead in the next game. Clodsire, and the opponent drops into an Azumarill, and we really don't have an answer for this, do we? But Dodrio is going to be looking to pop in some early pressure here with a Brave Bird. Very close to 2 at this point. The opponent lets it go, and it just decimates the Azumarill, which is probably now in Peck down mode, or wherever we want to get energy. That's going to be the Annihilate coming in and try and get this farm down. Can the Annihilate get the full farm down? Yes, it can. The energy everywhere right now is going off. Annihilate staring down the Moltres that now comes in. Galarian Mattress is going to get laid out flat and put back in storage in a vacuum sealed bag. Not being able to get to enough energy to get to the fly here on CMP, or they just, I couldn't see if there was a Sucker Punch, but the Ice Punch is reached, and that's going to do a ton of damage to this Moltres, and they're forced to shield. They know it. Now the Moltres is going to be going for the fly most likely here and knocking out the Annihilate, and now Dodrio's coming back in for a Brave Bird, isn't it? Come on. Come on. Come on, you got the energy for it. Yeah, no, he's going for the Drill Peck, but that's okay. It's probably fine. This thing does a lot of damage. It's enough. It's going to Drill Peck's a lot of damage. Yes, it is. Now we're going to try and get a Mud the Mud Shot farm down. That is a farm down. Oh, and then the Clodsire is the only thing left in the game, and then you just win because you have a Quagsire. Like that. Yeah, that'll do. That was a really nicely played farm down from CD Slash, because that was incredibly good. Heads up, but we have to throw another Aqua Tail here to get the dub, and the opponent, there's no way they live this, right? There's definitely no way. We're undercharging. Oh, we just know exactly how much it's going to do. Never mind. Good game. Well played. All right, get into the next battle. Very interesting. Haven't seen many of these recently. Don't know if everybody's just bored of using it or if it's just not good in this current meta. No, it's not ranked quite good, but Shadow Drapion's really fallen out, man. The opponent's going to put up a shield. That would do a ton of damage to a Shadow Drapion here, and they're going to be looking to let this move. No, they're going to go for the shield on the crunch here. The opponent's going to have to go for an Aqua Tail if they want to settle for damage. Otherwise, yep, there it is. Now we know we could probably just let this go. We'll see how much. What's the bulk like? Oh my goodness, that's like 45% of its HP bar from an Aqua Tail. That's unfortunate. Dodrio, though, looking to win switch advantage here for this team, and the opponent's coming in with Skeledirge, and boy, are we glad we won that lead. Oh, yes. Quagsire is going to be coming in here in this matchup, and hopefully whatever's in the back is going to be friendly towards our Shadow Annihilate. Opponent going to be going for a charge move. This could be a full send of the Shadow Ball. That could be a problem. CD Slaska's putting up a shield and gets the Shield Ball. This gets the shield on the Shadow Ball. And then the opponent's going to come in with their Shadow Kanto Marowak, looking to do as much damage as it can here. Now we're going to be going for the Ice Punch on the Annihilate. Annihilate did come in. This is really the only thing it has to take care of. Honestly, the Quagsire can take care of this just fine as it does. We finally got the shield back from the opponent. Now the Aqua Tail is going to be reached, and that's going to take out the remainder of the HP on the Marowak. And then in comes the Skeledirge, and you got to go for the Stone Edge because it hits, I think, just a little bit harder than an Aqua Tail, and this should be enough from this range on a Shadow. Oh, yes, indeed it is. Good game. You love to see it. All right, we're getting into this next battle here. Dodrio's, all three of its heads are looking straight at this blast from the past. What is a Deoxys doing on my screen? Oh my goodness, I haven't seen this thing in eons, bro. What is this doing here? The opponent does get to the Psycho Boost right before Annihilate can get to this Rage Fist, unfortunately. And the Psycho Boost still does as much damage as it used to, and it's a lot. The opponent's going to dip into a Charizard. I remember, I was reminiscing about Deoxys, a little while ago about how much I just loved using it as a Pokemon. It was just such a dynamic, good thing, and then now it's gone, and I'm just sad. Especially because I made one for Ultra League, and that was super expensive. Now the opponent's going to come back in with that Deoxys, though, and that is not enough energy. They're going to have to take at least a Rage Fist here, because honestly, you know, you're not getting another Psycho Boost before the Rage Fist is reached here, because even though counter is not as good as it used to be at generating energy, that is definitely going to get you to the pacing advantage you need with that extra couple of counters that we got. Now, Deoxys going for the Psycho Boost, letting that go. No choice there, but that's okay. Now we come in with the Quagsire and assert dominance. Quagsire's coming in, the opponent has a Furret, and Dodrio is going to come in looking to go for a charge move as it gets to it, possibly maybe over farming a little bit more. Swift is going to do a lot of damage, though. You can't wait too long to throw the move. Going to go for the Brave Bird immediately. Want to get rid of this thing right now. And he can't let the opponent farm down and get to the Trailblaze, and we don't. The opponent, however, comes comebacks. Comes back in with the Deoxys, and however, I don't think they're going to be able to get to the back-to-back Psycho Boosts here. It's going to come down to the race to these moves here. Aqua Tail's reached on charge attack priority. The opponent just now getting to the back-to-back Psycho Boost, but it's not quite enough with that. Lower pacing on counter. It really hurt Deoxys. It really did. Oh, it makes me so sad. I miss that Mon so much. All right. So we have Dodrio having a staring contest with this Wigglytuff here, and I guess if you're going to see it anywhere, I guess here's not so bad, but man, you wouldn't believe that they lowered the damage on Charm. That's just how bad the bulk is on this Dodrio. It's taken chunks out of it from these Charms, man. That is just unfortunate. Poor Dodrio. Gonna go and reach for the Brave Bird just in case it's not enough. Trying to make sure that we take out this Wigglytuff if possible. The opponent puts both shields on the table, and well, what do? You gotta come in with Quagsire, I think. That's the play, because you don't want to take the increased damage from the Charms on your Annihilate. 2-shield Annihilate beats almost everything else that's not Wigglytuff in this meta anyway, so let's just hope that that's what happens. Gonna go, nope, the opponent gets to a move right here before we can get to the second Aqua Tail, and we're just going to put all the trust into the Annihilate here. Going to go for one more Mud Shot, and then the charge move here. Aqua Tail is hopefully going to be enough. Annihilate needs to be able to sweep. Can come in, get one counter head start as well. Can Annihilate sweep the team? That's a Corviknight. I think yes. The opponent's best answer is the Corviknight. The opponent going to be going for the Air Cutter, getting an early shield here in this matchup. However, Annihilate is just... I too, oh yeah, it was that bad. Oh, that's a Primeape. That's unfortunate. Now we're gonna have to see, can XehrFelrose farm up enough to be, oh yeah, absolutely, that's not a question. I guess the Primeape's just gone now. Going for the Ice Punch, perhaps it does slightly more than Rage Fist. I wouldn't believe it, but if you told me, I would maybe believe it. But the opponent not gonna be able to get to the Air Cutter. It's in time, and that's gonna be a good game. Annihilate sweeping it up. Next battle here. Let's get Dodrio shining in glory into this Dragonair. I love Dragonair this season, man. It's like our Great League Palkia. It's so spammy and versatile, despite being a dragon. But it's just, yeah, I love Dragonair. But the opponent just lets it go. Hold on a minute. They just said I'm sacrificing my Dragonair, and in comes a Furret, and Annihilate says, hello, how are you? And I don't think there's anything you can do, man. You just, Trailblaze gets punched 1, 2, 3, 4. 4 counters to the Rage Fist. We're going to be throwing the Rage Fist. Your opponent not going to shield that. That's a Ghost type move, trainer. Opponent's going to bring in their Shadow, or not, is it a Shadow? It's a Typhlosion regardless. Those Incinerates are going to just rend through the Annihilate very quickly here. Opponent does have the Shadow Tyrant, or Typhlosion. But Quagsire is going to be fine here. We just need to save a shield and get as much fast move damage on here as possible, and I think that was a fantastic catch, because now you're going to force the opponent to be... they're all resisted damage here into this Quagsire. I don't think it's going to be able to throw a Blast Burn. This could be a no shield here at this point. We're going to be able to go for one more Mud Shot if this isn't the one to knock out. No, when it was, that's going to take out the Typhlosion. Good game. Well played. All right. Emerald Green, triple-headed menace on the lead here. Now, this is interesting because Dodrio's on the ground. It doesn't have any wings, but apparently it's just doing bird things, like double resisting sand attacks, but that's fine here. We're going to see how much the Air Cutter does. This feels very similar to, like, Murkrow bulk based on just what I'm seeing here, and really we don't have a comfortable way to deal with the Corviknight at the moment. Because they have energy, right? They can force a shield off our Annihilate. They can force, you know, Quagsire is going to take a lot of damage because it needs to go for the Mud Shots. I don't know, man. This is a weird one. I think you just have to brand Annihilate and go for shields, maybe? No, that they just threw. Yeah, Annihilate's going to be able to get the farm down here. At least that's going to help us. And can we even get there before another Air Cutter? That's what's up. Now, what's the opponent going to bring in? Perhaps that was their only answer to an Annihilate, potentially. That could be a problem for them. Blastoise comes in. Trainer, that is not an answer to the Annihilate. The Annihilate is about to take these shields and this resisted fast move damage and start to run through this team. And XehrFelrose is committing to the fact that that is about to happen. The opponent's Blastoise is going to get completely countered down before it even gets to another Hydro Cannon. What is in the back? It's a Credilli! No! My goodness! Oh, of all the things Annihilate wanted to see, this is it, man. You gotta respect this Annihilate. It is not going away. This thing is here, and it will always be staying here. Good game. That's part of why the meta is like very fairy oriented right now, because like you can never just leave yourself unguarded to a Shadow Annihilate. It will find you and it will take you out. Now opponent's going to be going for the 3 Incinerates here, whereas Dodrio can fit this Drill Peck in 7 Pecks. That's going to be right before the finish of that Incinerate, and then the opponent's going to have a ton of energy, going to look to throw a move here. This could be the Thunder Punch, probably is, and we're catching it onto the Annihilate. It's going to do a ton of damage. Shadow on Shadow violence here, but the opponent decides to throw the move right away. Annihilate has a choice to make. Does it want to throw down a shield? Yes, it does. Annihilate looking to try to see if it can get a farm down. The opponent did either swapped out with a move or couldn't get to one, but they're going to bring in a Blastoise, and Blastoise, once again, is not going to have a good time, especially when it's already dropped a shield here. Going to be able to go for the Rage Fist. The opponent maybe lagged a little bit there, or just threw on alignment. We didn't see an animation. Not sure, but Rage Fist is going to do so much damage. The opponent wasn't able to get the charge move to priority tie, and that's unfortunate. Annihilate has done its job at this point. It can go down. Now we're going to see the Quagsire come in, resisting these rollouts, getting the Mud Shot farm down because we can. And then in comes Typhlosion. It's a Fate. What do you have in the back that doesn't want to see Quagsire? It's a Marowak. No, Trainer. Oh, Trainer. Quaggy Boy is the Mudman. You thought your Mud Slaps were powerful. Wait till you meet the Quagsire, the ultimate Mud Boy in this Great League meta. Yes, indeed. I will make that claim right now. Quagsire is the premier top meta Mud Boy. I'm in his corner. And he's got beady eyes, and I love him. All right, we got the next game up here. Dodrio against Charizard. This could be a rough one, depending. This fast move damage with these Pecks is going to be fine, but man, they're on Ember, and that's not as much fast move damage as they'd like here. So, interesting. Going to be going for a no shield on the air cutter. How much does that do? Quite a bit, but we're still going to be able to get to at least a Drill Peck here and get some extra Pecks in as well. Dodrio looking to try and just wear this thing down. No, in comes the Annihilate, a shield up. That's fine. The opponent, however, going to be able to go straight for the air cutter in this matchup, threatening a shield immediately off of Annihilate. Would have almost knocked it out probably from that HP range. Annihilate going to be looking to go for the Rage Fist here real quick, maybe forcing the final shield if the opponent wants to force the shield off of the Annihilate. It looks like they know they just decide to swap out into the Gastrodon, which has to at least get to the Water Pulse. This will only ever be the Body Slam. Body Slam not going to do enough damage here, and just to make sure that this move does not get taken out by this fast move, this Mon needs to live. Going for the Rage Fist, and we're going to live, but we're going to come in and get the... We're going to get that Mud Shot farm down. Quaggy Boy, no! Oh, no, it's the Dilly. Oh, that's going to be a core breaker for the rest of this team. Yes, it is. Let's see if Seedislaskus can make it happen, though. The opponent going to likely go for the Rock Tomb. Do we want to call this Rock Tomb? No, they go for the Grass Knot, thank goodness, because I feel like I would have called it and lost the game. But the opponent now knows they can just go straight for it. However, them not catching this Stone Edge is massive. It's going to allow the fast moves to knock out. No, doesn't even need them, man. In goes... Oh, out goes Credilli, taken out by the Stone Edge, and in comes the Charizard, looking to go for the Blast Burn. Is it enough? No, but now Dodrio has to come and get the Peck down and lives on 1 HP to take it out, and Seedislaskus takes a win against the Shadow Charizard, and that was, wow, very fun. Dodrio looking kind of like a Murkrow light, honestly. Obviously not having the extra coverage is a bit less so, but I think it actually looks like a really fun mon if you want to just try some flying type. You know, if you you want to have, I don't think any of our flyers that we have like Brave Bird style moves. I think they're all just kind of like Murkrow and the ones that we've had that are kind of safe-ish, like have dynamic move sets. But Dodrio is that, like, you want a Brave Bird with this Drill Peck? Oh, you can have it, buddy. And so that's the kind of mon that I think it's going to be. Kind of like the Pidgeots and the things like that, like the double flying Talonflames. Anyway, thank you as always for watching, guys. Let me know in the comments. Let me know in the comments what you thought about the team. If you like Dodrio, what your favorite spice pick is. I don't know. I'm asking that question a lot because there's so many things that are spicy. But anyway, I'll catch you guys in the next one. Thank you as always. Bye.